So hello. Hello, can you hear me? Let's turn this music off for a minute. Hello. Curiously, I'm not here. That is...
What's wrong?
Huh, strange.
I can hear you.
Can you hear the game music? It doesn't look like the game music is playing.
I can.
You can.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it. Definitely.
Is it through the microphone? Because that's what I'm seeing here.
It might be. It might be through the microphone. It's not as clear as it usually is.
Yeah, that strikes me as very strange. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it does seem to be through the microphone.
Alright, so, hello! It's a little curious that the microphone is catching the music at the same time. That bothers me. This is a shame because this game has really beautiful music. Well, anyways, welcome to the TVGS transmissions. I'm your host, Taro Mia, and we have joining here...
Frederica, Effigy 13 on the chat.
Yep, you'll find me, sometimes you'll find me, I'm Japtar10101 or Mia Games. Probably on Mia Games. No, wait, because I signed up as my email address, that would be Japtar10101. We are in, I think, the second week of judging period for Ludum Dare, but screw that, we're gonna play Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie was tested Banjo-Tooie, excuse me. Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Kazooie series as a whole was tested selection for the game club that we're gonna have a podcast of very soon.
Oh, okay.
So, without further ado, let's get started on the game. Also, welcome. We now have a new host here.
I was literally, I forget if it was actually Meetup or the Facebook, but it was one of those. I was every once in a while I just check out like the page, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's for transmissions. I was like Banjo-Tooie, and I was like, what? So I looked at my calendar, like I don't have anything going on. This was like 20 minutes ago. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to Banjo. Oh, that is the one that has like everything beaten. If you're okay with that.
No. We're playing off of my computer.
Oh, okay. Right.
We're in my domain now.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the cinematic. Remember last game, it started off with 2 years have passed since Gruntilda the Witch was defeated by Banjo and Kazooie. Yeah, last time Tootie, Banjo's sister, was kidnapped by Gruntilda. After falling from her tower, she was buried underground where she remains until this very day. So that's actually what happens at the end. Sister is saved, Gruntilda is squashed into the ground like this. Grr. This is her loyal minion. No good, mistress. Still can't shift rock.
When
we
I
have
was,
to... Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say when I was younger, I started out really lukewarm to this game, specifically because I could not play it after this cutscene. You'll see why in a little bit.
Mumble, play well, has much of Bear's cash.
Yes.
He's right, Kazooie. There goes your birdseed money. Don't be so sure, Banjo. Kazooie, you're my favorite. Hey, look outside, everyone! Grunty the Witch is coming!
Kazooie has no idea what she has caused to happen with that one line.
Where, Kazooie? I can't see her. You also have really thick glasses. Oh, false alarm bottles. Must have been some shadows. Come on, Boneface, let's play. I feel lucky. I love how Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts also starts very similarly to this.
Oh yeah, it's funny. It takes place like 10 years later in the timeline. Because also, this game came out 2 years after Banjo-Kazooie. It takes place 2 years later in the timeline. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts came out like 10 years after Banjo-Tooie, so it takes place 10 years later. And it literally starts out with they become like really like overweight because of all like the lack of adventures that they went on and everything. So they're all like they can't even do any of their old moves because like they just have become too
rocking
unfit.
the table. You're making me sick.
That's funny.
Yeah.
10 years have passed.
Yeah. 10 years have passed. They just sat around doing nothing. And I was like,
Oh wow. It's like they don't have a life outside of the game.
Yeah. Well, Banjo, I think, as much of a canon as you want to give this game, he very, even in these games, loves to just sort of sit around and like sleep the entire day.
Yeah, I think I remember the introduction scene where he's like sleeping.
Sleeping through his sister being kidnapped.
Yeah. That's talented.
So we see a giant tank come through one of the walls of Spiral Mountain, and out of it we get 2 new characters.
Hurry, Blobelda, our sister is waiting.
So that's Mingelda,
Yeah.
and this is Blobelda.
Quickly, we must go, or angry Grunty will be. Then get off me, you must, or move, I cannot. It should be worth noting that there was a sister in the first game, so Grunty has 3 sisters now.
Yeah.
Sure was noisy. Let's go take a look, Kazooie. But it's dark out there, and I'll be scared. Oh, the fish is still there. Mumbo much brave. Me go outside. Back in a minute. What a sucker, huh? Come on, Banjo. Give me a hand.
He's swiping all of Mumbo's money.
Kazooie!
So we are about to get to the part that I was saying before you walked in, Patrick, that when I started
mistress,
playing
I
this
have
game when
failed
I was
you.
young, I was actually really lukewarm to it because I could not play it after this cutscene.
Oh, what's so scary about this cutscene?
You'll see.
Now I gotta stay and see what's gonna happen.
So
you guys saw what Grunty looked like in the first game, right?
Yes.
Well, now she's been under a boulder for 2 years.
Oh no.
Gone Rock has. So out comes our sister, I assume. Yep.
Oh.
I can definitely see as a kid this would be a little disturbing.
So she's a skeleton now.
What happened to little old me? Nice Grunty look. Lost weight you have.
Describing it?
I hate bones, a body I need.
Oh.
Can you help me with this little deed? Yes, plan to help we have, so back to our castle we must go.
Oh gosh.
Right then, girls. Let's fix me up. Them Banjo's hairy, but I'll whoop. This is not good. Oh, this not good. Me go tell everyone. Arg, seeing as Bony Man has, him we must watch.
Whack.
Whack. Leave it to me, he's no hassle. I'll kick butt, then off to the castle. Grunty good old Ryman.
It's run from your weird skeleton life.
It's really weird how it never clicked on me when I was a kid that Grunty always rhymes. Guess we'll be having birdseed after all, eh? But you cheated, Kazooie. That's not. Everyone, gasp, must run. Pant, quick, Grunty's coming. I love how, as voice acting Mumbo Jumbo, I'm correcting his grammar. Revenge is mine, I cannot miss. Let's see that furry fool dodge this. Oh my goodness, it's purgatory. Yeah, schoolboy, and I bet she had 2 heads. That, no joke, look, Pant, spell coming. Also, that goldfish looks relevant. He's right, quick, everyone out. I'm not falling for that trick again. I'm staying right here.
With that one line, like I said before, Kazooie has no idea what she's caused.
Oh no.
And they just left him in limbo. Hurry, you must. Ready to leave, we are. Hold on, sis, I'm nearly there. I've just been to blast that bear. Troops, we will leave. Destroy area they will. So this was a clown car after all. Stop! Wait for me, mistress! Grunty! No, Congo, you stay here. I'll be back, have no fear. But he was pushing that rock for the last 2 years!
Yeah.
And the very next day...
Here we have part 2 of, well, actually part 2 of 3 of why I could not play this game for a little bit after I first got it.
Mumbo's head hurts. Look at our house. Well, at least everyone got out safely.
About that.
Hang on. Where's Goggle Boy? Bottles!
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, he's actually fine. You can tell from the glasses.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh. Mole looks much unwell. It's worse than that. Grunty's killed poor Bottles.
Oh no.
Bottles had it coming.
He wasn't the favorite character in Banjo-Kazooie anyway. Kazooie! Sorry. Grunty wreck house and kill Bottles. She must pay. Bear and Bird get after Witch. Mumbo see you later.
That's...
Great. I get to peck some more witch butt. Let's go, Banjo. I have a feeling it's not going to be so easy this time.
What, was it easy last time?
It was not. Remember how many notes we needed to collect?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, here we go. We've got dead Bottles is the first thing that greets us. We also have a completely destroyed Spiral Mountain.
I should also clarify that right now I have all the controls that you learn from Banjo-Kazooie unlocked right off the bat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like, oh no, Forget the tutorial. Stupid bear and bird coming me, wait for them in here.
And that is one other thing. A lot of the criticisms that I'll have are in the beginning. As we start going, we'll start getting to a lot more things that I like about Banjo-Tooie, better than Banjo-Kazooie. But one thing that got really hard, that I actually didn't put together as a kid until my sister tried to pick it up, was that they just sort of give you everything that you learned in Banjo-Kazooie, and sort of assume that you know it. Everything in Banjo-Tooie builds up from there, which was awesome for me, because I loved Banjo-Kazooie and wanted to get back into doing things. But my sister, who hadn't played Banjo-Kazooie, at least from what I remember, tried picking this up and was very confused on a lot of things. And it sort of was like one of those, I guess you could say, like, I wasn't, doing game design back then, but those game design, like, epiphany moments, like,
if it isn't
oh yeah, this game is actually a little inaccessible to someone who hasn't played the first game.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, just sort of run off the bat without any tutorial or anything.
If you go to Bottles' Ghost or to any of the molehills in Mungo's Mountain, he will have a list of your moves and you can ask him for information on it.
Oh.
But
You didn't know to do
right,
that.
unless you played the first game and knew he's the one who teaches you those moves. You're not gonna go, hey, Bottles, why don't you tell me what the heck I'm supposed to do? So what we've got here is we're fighting Klungo. He has 3 potions in the game. One that'll make him really big, one that will make him, also by the way, he leads you here. I don't know if you know.
Oh no, my wireless controller. Come back.
Or maybe he doesn't, never mind. But anyway, he's got 3 potions, one which makes him really big, one which I think makes a whole bunch of copies of him, and one that I think makes him invisible. I admit I do not remember Banjo-Tooie as much as I did Kazooie. Unlike Banjo-Kazooie, which I beat many times, I believe I did only beat Banjo-Tooie once. But from my understanding, he'll basically randomize the order that he does them in. So he'll pick one for the first one. He'll pick just one of the 2 that you haven't done for
Why
the
don't
second
you
battle,
run off and
then
we'll
he'll just
forget
do the
this
last
ever
one in the
happened?
third battle.
Your good idea, but you'll not seen last of Klungo. So we're gonna forget that this ever happened. He never put it. Huh?
He's not going to.
Yeah.
I also, just because I know we're not going to get there, after you beat him for the 3rd time, at the end of the game, he decides to quit his job as a minion and become a game designer instead.
For real?
And what?
For real, or are you joking with us?
Yeah, he really does say, I might even be able to pull it up on here, he really does say, maybe I could get a job as a game designer or something.
That's amazing.
And then, in the 3rd game...
Oh no, my wireless!
Well, in the 3rd game, he actually has mini games that he's built himself that you can play. And they are amazing. They have all sorts of crazy art where he's just now giant and muscular in all of his games, and he literally saves the entire world from Gruntilda. And when I say save the world, I mean the game is a platformer where you are carrying the earth on your back away from Gruntilda.
That is...
I might have to ask somebody to help us grab more batteries because I have a pretty strong bet these are not going to survive. So there's a couple in the video game cabinet. Alright, technical difficulties, everyone.
Aaron's on the chat too. Just
Okay.
since we're
Yeah.
doing
So
it-
for those of us who okay, we just fixed it. I was going to say for those of you just joining us, we are having a few technical difficulties. Notaro did not just decide to run around in a circle.
Yeah, no, the wireless controller was dead.
Can't completely discount that as a possibility.
So here it is. One of my favorite music of all time.
Yes, this is also one of my favorites.
Genuinely one of my favorite soundtracks in the whole
So these silos you can use to teleport from place to place in the overworld. Teleportation is actually a strong element that comes into this that I like. For the most part, each major area of the overworld and each major area of each world will have these teleportation things that you can port between. You can only port to ones that you've already found, but if you've already been to an area, you can just sort of go there now, rather than all the time to trek all the way back. Which is nice.
Also, real-time shadows. Holy crud!
Yeah.
This is next gen. Can I bother you to grab some AA batteries? I think there's still 4 more in the game cabinet. So
One upstairs?
yeah,
I'll go grab it.
sure. Your kingdom seems a bit empty. My people were scared away by those witches and the giant machine. Is that really the reason why Jinjos just get lost? They're scaredy cats? I kind of like it quiet, but I need to get them all back for the kickball tournament next week.
By the way, we will meet their kickball rivals in this game at some point.
Yeah, it is quite a team.
Yes.
But there's a big kickball rivalry between the Jinjos and the Moles.
Oh, the moles. Oh, okay.
Which means there could be trouble if we don't turn up.
I thought it was the Stonies for some reason.
Exactly. Anyway, here's an incentive for you to rescue my people. Right off the bat. So notice we don't have a victory pose anymore for collecting Jinjo. I believe you should go and see Master Jiggy Wiggy in his temple now. Jiggy who? Jiggy Wiggy. He's the leader of a secret and ancient order dedicated to the mystical powers of the Crystal Jiggy. Ancient order? Crystal Jiggy? You just made that up! Didn't you? No, honest. It's all true. He's very important to your adventure.
His face is also a giant jigsaw piece.
As only Crystal Jiggy can open the worlds. Then you must enter. Can you show us the way? It'll be my pleasure. So yeah, there is a lot of dialogue in this game. There's a mole. Is that character wearing Ash Ketchum's hat?
No, I think they were Jet Force Gemini characters.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's another rare title.
Okay.
Not bad for a king, huh?
So just in case you felt that this game wasn't going to stay dark, here we have another cutscene where some more stuff is going to happen.
Let's go find a Jiggy Wiggy. Meanwhile, they climbed up that wall somehow.
What age was this aimed at, actually?
6 and up.
Okay, sure.
I don't think at the time they had E10 yet, so it would be 6 and up.
Okay. 6-year-olds, yeah. Like the character who just dies on screen.
Yeah, come on, sisters, time I lack. What's the plan to get my body back? Annoying your rhyming is, so stop it, or we will not tell. This is the first time I'm like, oh, that's right, she's rhyming. Oh, if I must.
I like to contemplate the idea that they may have just been the writers like, oh my god, we have to write an entire additional game's worth of dialogue in rhyme. They're like, what if we just had one of the characters say, you know what? I'm really, really annoyed by your rhyming. You're just gonna need to stop if we're gonna work together. And she's like, fine. It's like,
An
okay, then.
evil and heartless plan. I like it. How long would it take to suck up enough life force? So their plan is to suck up the life force from others and use it on her. Unfortunately, she's rather large. Patient you must be. Target your first pick you must. That cursed jiggling has just given the furry fool a jiggy. I reckon we should blast the Jinjo King.
I think we have a Spaceballs reference there.
Where is it?
Love suck.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, by the way, Aaron says happy holidays.
Oh, thank
Happy
you.
holidays, Aaron. Warmed up now, we begin your fire sequence. Niku Niku Beam!
Kamehameha.
Hadouken! Target Bob has hit. Steal life force he will. Unlucky Bob was. Bear we just missed. Never mind him. What about that traitor Jingling?
It's not really a traitor if he's never on your side to begin with.
Right.
Yeah, so now he's a zombie.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's just a zombie now.
I like how his pet is like hiding in the couch.
Successful Bob was Jingling's life force we have. Right then, girls, let's blast the whole island. This we can do, but big charge of Bob will need. Hours it will take, and revenge bear will seek. Ha, I wouldn't worry. Banjo's got no one to help him now that the mole and the Jingling are gone. He'll never get to us in time. They all think this is funny because they know they're wrong.
So yeah, if you turn around and go back into...
Oh! Wireless died again.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, this is a convenient way to talk about one new feature in this game. No lives!
Yeah.
This is a blessing!
Huh?
Holy crud!
So in the previous game, what would happen is if you died, you would lose a life and sort of just go back to the beginning of whatever you were doing. For the most part, it usually 90% of the time ended up being you'd come in through the last door you walked out of. So here we just went back to like, the beginning of the Ginger Village. If you ran out of lives, you would instead go back to your last save. But that got really cumbersome because you could save most of the time, but it would involve like, you could only save and quit and go back to the main menu. But even just doing that would bring you back up to like the starting amount of lives. So it just basically became like, oh, I have 1 life left, time to, save and quit and go back into the game, which was just sort of really annoying. So they decided to just get rid of all of that, and now you die, you just go back to the beginning of that area.
I have a problem.
What's wrong?
This battery is not charged. It's not. I don't even know why we have this battery. I think we've used up these and we meant to deposit them in some legal fashion.
Oh, right. It's underneath there. I saw it. You can see it kind of.
My guess is that one doesn't work either.
I would probably guess so, yeah.
Yeah, alright,
No.
well, technical difficulties, everyone. Looks like we're just gonna have to hunt for batteries. Yeah, this is poorly planned.
Do we have any USB controls?
Only one, and the controller's absolutely terrible.
Also, if we go over to the left, we can get, you know what?
Playing around with the controls right now.
Do we want to worry about eggs and ice key?
Controls are not cooperating. I can't get out of this. Yeah. We need new batteries.
Does it work with the keyboard?
I mean, I'm sure if we quit. There we go. Yeah, this is frustrating. Give us a couple of minutes. At least the demo scene looks nice.
Excuse me? If it does work on the keyboard, you guys want to just try and see how I can do or how Taro does or something on the keyboard.
Yeah, I guess we could try that.
That.
That could work.
Oh, this is also. Yeah.
What?
This is
Oh
this
my
is another
goodness.
thing.
You know, for kids.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This is an interesting world. I don't really know how many drugs it was the product of, but it is basically meant to be just the really like weird, almost like surreal world where just logic doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay.
So hence why there are tiny little cutout people whacking with flowers and stuff.
Okay. That makes lots of sense.
Alrighty. So I do have a backup plan in case this does not work out. I'll grab a switch. But let's see if this does any better. Yeah. Hi, Aaron. You know what it feels like when you're trying to control a game with empty batteries? The answer is probably yes. We're gonna find out if this does any better. My guess is probably no.
Oh wow, this is pretty good looking.
Yeah.
This is also really cool. I had been waiting for the light to come back around, and I saw whoever's playing this using the fire eggs to light the path, and I was like, oh my god, that's genius. What?
Yeah.
So, whoever got this footage.
Alright, things are not looking in the positive so far.
Aaron said yes, your question.
This is actually kind of funny here. This guy's okay. I guess they're not gonna. He I guess they didn't show the full thing, but he you go up to him and he's blocking those shoes that you can get, and he's like, I'm not gonna get out of your way just because I'm gonna be a jerk like that. And then he some random ball of ice just like falls from the sky onto his foot. It's like, okay.
That's funny.
If
All right.
Continues the Tooie is a much more useful character in general. She's wonderful.
Okay, this is looking nice.
Kazooie, actually.
Kazooie! Kazooie! I want those gold ones.
Oh yeah, also Banjo like went through puberty between the two games or something. So you remember his voice in the first one was like, wee! And now if you jump as Banjo, it's like, ho!
Yeah. You know, the Egyptian gods eventually took over his soul.
I'm gonna need a bit of an explanation on that one.
Have you now seen Yu-Gi-Oh! The Bridge series?
Oh, okay.
Well, tell her about the ghosty boy. Keep quiet, Kazooie.
Oh, yeah, so this is Bottles' wife, who has no idea what's happened. So she is currently upset with Bottles because he's always off on his adventures like this, and his, you know, she made dinner and it's getting cold, and yeah, so that's her current state. Is my husband is so
Where has my Bottles got to? I need him back here to deal with that monster in our bedroom. We've got to tell her, Banjo. Not now, Kazooie.
Yeah, that's her current state. Is why is my husband so inconsiderate in being home this late?
Oh, this is a monster.
The monster in their bedroom.
Oh gosh. And not telling her what happened.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Well, it's okay. Again, we probably won't get to it here, so I'll just say it. But you do bring both of them back to life before the end of the game. You do.
So that's how they get away with it, kids stuff.
Yeah.
As long as they bring them back to life.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You do make it to that layer that they were in. You know, the whole reason why there was a blow button there also was so that you. Oh.
This is the wrong
button.
I'm looking for.
But yeah, since there is also a blow button, you can.
Oh yeah, this is the Gemini Force.
Yeah, that's another game. That's just another one of the main characters in that game. But yeah, basically you go to that bob machine and you hit blow rather than suck, and you can blow the life force into both Jingling and Bottles. Yes. And this is Jiggy Wiggy, whose face is literally a jigsaw piece.
We must also get past this doors person. Oh, it's a shadow, not the shadows we're doing fine. Let's visit these caves first.
Oh yeah, and we also didn't visit. If you go around and explore the Jinjo houses, one of the Jinjo houses got run over by the tank, and they are all now dead.
Oh my gosh! Really?
Yes.
This is definitely a game for kids.
It's right there!
That one that's all destroyed.
Oh my goodness!
Alright, so how Jinjos work in this one is, in the previous one, there were 5 Jinjos in every world. Once you collected all 5 Jinjos, you got a Jiggy which was tied to that world. What happens now is there aren't any Jiggies in the overworld, they're just Jinjo Jiggies. What happens is when you collect a Jinjo, it will be a random color. I don't know if that's just like set when you make your file, or if it's set when you go into a world, or how and when it decides what it's going to, what color that Jinjo is going to be. But basically what happens is you don't get a Jiggy until you found all...
I'm a lowly disciple of Jiggy Wiggy. I work the door of his sacred temple to keep out those who are not worthy. Sounds like fun. Do you think we are worthy? That depends. To prove yourself worthy to enter, you must collect images in the form of a Jiggy Wiggy himself. And what might these images look like? Jigsaw pieces.
Human heads.
Also known as Jiggies. That sounds familiar. Let's see what you have then. It seems you have collected enough, to be precise, exactly one. Remember, no cameras permitted, and only food purchased at the McJiggies can be eaten within.
Oh, wow.
Oh yes. This is a game that does not mess with you. Now, there are going to be graphical glitches in our playthrough here.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
because
you
it
can
is,
switch that
yeah,
up.
it is an emulator, yeah, cartridge.
Eventually, we'll have the guts to purchase something that can run the 3-prong capacity that will actually stream a Nintendo 64 through our system, or alternatively, we can capture it on an Xbox 360 at some point.
Oh, also, Chris says you need to get jiggy with it.
Oh, God.
So this is also new. To unlock worlds, you have to play this little mini game. I skipped the tutorial, but long story short, pick him up, play some.
Okay.
So Taro and I were both joking about, we think that this was basically them showing off their graphics. It's a little hard to go back in, 2017, play a game released in 2000, and be like, yeah, this game was known for its amazing graphics at the time. But like, you compare Banjo-Kazooie and Super Mario 64 next to each other, and you're like, these were the same console, like the same era, and it really sort of, I think you can kind of see then like how ahead of their time where it was, at least with graphics.
Right.
So yeah, that was them being like, we can, put textures on all of these weird surfaces and all. I don't know. However they did it, they're like, we can do that.
So this temple is also shaped exactly like a Jiggy Wiggy. So this is just a Jiggy Wiggy inside a Jiggy Wiggy inside a Jiggy Wiggy. It's Jiggy Wiggy Inception right now. Also, they decided to fire a beam into the sky to open a door next door.
Yeah.
That's like the best way to open doors next door. That's how I open doors.
And I love how they use the beam for everything. So like, there's somewhere there's like a boulder in the way, like the boulder shatters, and then it makes sense, it's all satisfying. But there's somewhere it's like a door, and they fire the laser at it, and it just kind of goes.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
What's wrong?
Oh, is it freezing?
It's frozen.
Oh no.
Oh no. Alright, we'll be back. I'm so sorry this had to happen during stream. In the middle of trying to find batteries on top of that. So we're gonna have to play that again. Fortunately, we saved the last time, so it's not gonna be too terrible. So I'm probably gonna try to skip as many dialogue as possible, because quite frankly, this game is wordy. Oh, There we go. Oh, whoops, wrong button again.
It's so embarrassing when that happens. Yes. Yeah. Can you jump? I guess it's probably 6.5 dozen below at this point, but you might have been able to jump the silo. I don't know how much it is.
I don't think it's saved because it froze. Because my suspicion is right here they're going to start a dialogue. Well, I'm going to skip that dialogue entirely and hope that I did the right thing. Hey there, Banjo.
Oh yeah, this is how you get the zoom in and zoom out thing. See, this is good that we talked to him.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you have any substitute. Why would we need substitute? My dad is the best on the team. I'm sure he was.
Or is.
Nice.
I thought maybe you go and talk to the other I thought somewhere in here you got a I'll give you these prototype glasses.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. Yeah, so this allows you to get a scope that you can use to zoom in and zoom out when you press up C. And you can use that to aim your eggs. So before we get sort of fired eggs forward, now you can hit up C and actually aim them with a reticle. If you're willing to sacrifice not being able to move while you have that aim, but that is...
For the general part of the game, it's definitely the better maneuver.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the world's already open.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right, I could have just went to the silo. By the way, the music definitely took a step up. You can tell that the adopted music is now on a...
Yeah, so that's a warp pad, and this is like what I was mentioning before. If you find other warp pads, you can warp between them.
We will need to get these notes, unfortunately.
So, probably my favorite thing about the changes that they made between Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Tooie. In Banjo-Kazooie, your notes were kind of like a notes high score. If you left the world, or died, or for some reason reset things, you ended up... The world like reset itself, and you had your notes high score, but you were collecting notes from 0 to try to get that high score again. In this game, you collect a note, it's yours forever, it's gone from the world forever. They're just regular collectibles, just like everything else. So, this...
Of course I look like Bubbles. He's my brother. What are you geeking? How's the geeking? Not too good. Recently deceased at the hands of Grunty's witch. Sorry to hear that, Fleaball. Do you go out with a bang? Playing cards, actually. Typical. You'll be wanting to learn some of my special moves to get even with the witch, huh? Not really, Bottles. Tall as all the things. Ha! He only knew novice moves. You get nowhere about my advanced technique. Sounds good to us, Jam Jars. Why not teach us a few now? Not easy, punks. You gotta prove yourselves first by collecting me a few notes. Notice how the notes are now unlocks tutorial. This is actually interesting because, functionally speaking, they're almost the same as doors. But they just feel a little more useful. What you need is aiming sight, hit the target, and yeah, just go into first-person view. That'll be all. Dismissed. So let's take advantage of that by doing this, and then it said left and right. Oh, that's cool. The infrared controls are getting me. All right. Oh, okay. This will be a tradition for this game. warp pad. You found another warp pad! Now you can warp by using B.
But at this point, we can only warp back to the world entrance.
This is not useful. Yeah. There are some changes I like. There are some changes I don't like. I guess we're gonna get to the parts where I don't like nearly as much. Yeah, it's just gonna be a meme at this point.
I'm so sorry, I don't know why that keeps happening.
I feel like the camera. Oh, whoops! As I completely screw up, I feel like the camera is a significant improvement from the last game because I don't feel nearly as seasick playing this game. There is a reason why I'm trying to sit on my way here. There we go. Oh, okay. Let's see, it's this one? Yeah.
I think it's really funny. It's still really funny to watch the bird
Yeah.
carrying a bear around.
Right.
Funny story about Kazooie. Originally, when they conceived the idea for, well, actually, like in the original, back when this was not even called Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo wasn't even the main character. But eventually, Banjo did become the main character, but even then, it was just Banjo. But what he had was, the concept was he was this bear with this magical backpack that could hold pretty much an infinite number of things, and that he pulled a lot of really weird stuff out of to help him on his adventure. And one of these things was, were all these mechanical parts that would help him perform various things. Okay, so yeah, the White Jinjo family only has one person. So what's happening now is it's going to that house.
Yeah, it's going to show us that house again.
Yeah, but it's going to have one person in it, and then it's basically going to have the Jinjo that we just got, and then he's going to give us a Jinjo.
By the way, my observation about the Aaron was one who noticed that this time that there was the bird. The bird was it looks really funny.
Get rid of flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I'm gonna be skipping as much dialogue as I can. Oh, that's right, we don't have ledge glabbing yet. Let's see, so up. Oh gosh, this tweaky. I don't like these, I don't like this control. Got 100, we're good. Childhood self is disappointed. Amazing! I think that's enough to get us to the next world, yes? I think that's enough to get us to the next world, so I'm going to take the opportunity to do so.
Anyway, to continue my story from before,
we did it!
So they just sort of decided that the mechanical parts coming out of Banjo's backpack just didn't fit with the aesthetic of the rest of the game. So they're trying to figure out what they could do to make it fit. And I guess someone just sort of suggested, what if there was like literally an entire another person, basically like in his backpack? And so they put together, well, what sort of what we have is we have wings that come out of his backpack that let him fly. A pair of legs that come out of his backpack that let him jump really high. A pair of legs that come out of his backpack that let him climb up steep surfaces. And he can fire projectiles. So what can do all four of those things? And the thing they really centered on was, well, it needs wings to fly. And birds can have powerful legs as well. So what if we made his sidekick a bird? His name Kazooie.
It was not active.
Yeah, I think a bird does fit better. Also, I kind of like Kazooie better than Banjo.
One of my favorite lines in this game that was in the first world was pretty far in, so we just move on to the second world. I don't know if we'll get to it, but when you get to the boss in the first world, there is just a Jiggy lying around the floor, and there's a cutscene of Banjo and Kazooie walking up to it, and Banjo's like, oh look, a free Jiggy, and Kazooie's like, oh no, listen, the music just got all ominous and stuff. Whenever that happens, we always end up in a boss fight. And then you do end up in a boss fight.
Yeah.
I think is that.
Kazooie's just more genre savvy.
Oh yeah, this is yet another cutscene where the laser hits something very important.
Oh well, that was a good explosion. It's amazing the rope survived though.
Magic laser.
I figured it out. I don't need that tutorial.
So how many Jiggies do we need to get to the next world?
I think 8 or 10. I don't remember. We can easily find out by actually trying to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, it says 8 right there.
Oh, did we grab? I don't think we learned the cliff grabber.
You're right. We did not. So notice that's our gating mechanism now. You need to actually learn to move to be able to move forward, which is actually a very Zelda-like formula. The only problem is, unlike Zelda, you don't have to collect notes to learn to move. But in Banjo-Kazooie, you do.
Well, it's all about collecting things.
Oh no.
Poor computer.
Is it crashing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why is this happening?
Did you try turning it off and turning it back on?
No. It's the game. We're not going to blow on the cartridge anymore now. That we're already past that age.
What emulator are you using?
Move pin.
What's that?
But yeah, I guess from my reference from before, that was just what I was mentioning.
Yeah.
Is there's that's Banjo and that's Super Mario 64 there.
Oh yeah. Graphics.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was just saying for Sam and Ryan who weren't here before, I was just saying before that one of the things that really defined these games is their graphics were good, but also playing a game whose graphics were good in 1998 and 2000, it sort of becomes, I don't even want to say like a hollow statement, it's sort of like it like loses its impact when you're now playing it in 2017 and the graphics no longer are actually really all that impressive.
What do you mean? They're the best graphics I've ever seen.
They're amazing graphics, yes.
So this is why I was like, well, you know, if you look at like, you know, another game from the console, like, you know, and I just brought up Super Mario 64 as an example, you can see anyway.
You compare that with the contemporaries that were going on the PlayStation 1, like Spyro and I don't want to say Crash, because that's a bit of an unfair comparison, because Crash kind of was really pushing the limits of pre-rendered 3D graphics at the time.
Yeah, I actually didn't have a PS1, so I actually haven't played a lot of those old games. Yeah, I think that that might definitely be true. I think just the PlayStation 1 was a more powerful console than
I mean, especially in the 2D games.
Yeah.
Look at Symphony of Night, for example. You know, the quintessential.
Now there's. Just imagine if we actually got the Nintendo PlayStation.
Having some troubles.
Yeah.
Are you using the pen or?
Yeah, that's currently what I'm doing. Alright, well, we can try playing around with a bunch of random things.
Have you tried Project 64? That one is my usual backup plan. Oh jeez.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan of this graphical rendering thing. We can try Project 64 in the meantime. Oops. Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. At least they're not seeing anything. A capture card that supports it.
I'm surprised. Don't we have a capture card? Does the capture card not do like composite video?
Alright, we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Hey, there you go.
it's definitely something
not
weird with
yet.
the ground.
Yeah, and what is it?
Just in general.
I like how Banjo is much higher resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Project 64.
Something good. Is Zoe coming home? Come on, let's go. It fits the character.
See, are there any other stories that I can tell while we're waiting?
Or Rare, one of the
Yeah.
companies that was turned into a terrible shell from herself. Well, they don't even make Kinect games anymore because nobody makes Kinect games. So what are they doing?
They're currently working on an MMO about pirates called Sea of Thieves.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. I wish I had thought about it because I would have brought it. I would have brought a 360, which has Banjo-Tooie on it. Because I've got the, they released them on Xbox Live.
Alright, well, let's see how this is gonna go.
Right. Scene control to tower. For golden feathers.
Yeah, them golden feathers are kind of important. Okay, so we need Mumbo Jumbo here. So those doors will not open unless we have Mumbo Jumbo.
Did some interesting things in Banjo-Tooie with the ideas. There's a lot of experiments in it. I don't know if we look great. We have PS1. That's okay. Honestly, Rare was true form with that regard. I can't remember that game's name.
Language.
I
Wait, you're talking about an FPS made by Rare?
It's a Jet. Every time I try and think of the name, all I can think of is Jet Set Radio. It's not Jet Set Radio.
Jet Force Gemini?
Jet Force Gemini, thank you. Jet Force Gemini is really good.
Yeah, that mumbo skull text is a little almost creepy.
Emulation is hard, okay? You have to make an entire thing, and you have to do it all like completely different. You have to know exactly what everything on the computer did. Code processors. It's pretty hard to make even a Nintendo emulator. I've tried that.
Yeah.
You know every single instruction that the CPU can do, but then there's also a code processor which handles all the graphics, so you have to time everything perfectly.
I see control back to the same here.
I am Banjo-Kazooie. I am Banjo-Tooie understudy. Like the Bumbo Jumbo change is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, of course, obviously in the original game it was the Transformer, and then they were like, nope, we're gonna have a new character for that, and then make Bumbo Jumbo's mechanic work completely differently.
Yeah.
Also throwing me for a loop that like left turns it back, like I guess the right stick is configured as the C stick or whatever, and so it's backwards from what you think it is. It's like left is right and right is left. I'm not sure if that's or else I'll have to be Bumbo Jumbo.
Okay.
I'm playing blind. Just put in that password quick. There we go. Never remember what we're supposed to do. Go push the big door.
Now you gotta kick it.
Pushing is, I guess, in the traditional adventure game sense, does apply using your hand. They kind of figured that out in the mid-90s and stopped having push and pull as commands in the Sky engine. So later games mostly just did.
You can also destroy
Destroy the shit out of you.
Unfortunately, it's only temporary. Nice. Now go to the other door, which there was only one of.
It's back that way, right?
Yeah.
Oh jeez, the frame rate, the whole thing.
Yeah, I can't really watch it right now.
It's hard to play.
You can try save putting in siege, try to see what the other later does.
Roasted. Alright, let's finish this one.
Yeah. I believe there's also a swamp to walk past in the
Yeah.
RPG.
I believe you just have to go left. So this is where we need to go next.
The levels are bigger.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting.
So the reason why they made nuts and bolts was because they realized that the levels were getting far too large for any reasonable person to be sane to travel as a bear and a bird. So they switched it up to like, you know, a game building, a vehicle building game. And
I
that's
like
the
nuts and
last we've
bolts.
heard of Banjo and Kazooie, except in Sonic Racing.
I like nuts and bolts, but it's not really a better.
Yeah, that was my opinion of it as well.
So how do you save?
I had actually heard
Start.
Oh, you meant like save.
Oh,
save.
and then
I thought you
the-
meant like do a save. I tried to push start.
Yep, that's exactly what I was afraid of with using this graphic design.
Just ignore that impending doom over to the left.
Okay. It's like the third one down, right?
Yeah.
Is it that one?
No. Go. That's the one. And then press A again.
Did it!
Is that what I was supposed to do?
Yep.
Alright, we saved it, yeah.
We saved the day. No.
We saved the game.
Yeah.
Alright, switching back. What a mess. I'm sure John was looking forward to this.
Where's John?
He's watching Star Wars.
Oh man. No spoilers. I haven't seen it yet. And I mean, it came out yesterday. I'm not gonna see it for like 3 weeks until there's like not a million people over
Yeah.
there. Hey, that looks pretty okay. It's also pretty fast. Try pressing Alt Enter. Like on the window. That's the DirectX shortcut for making this one.
Yeah.
I see your multi-screen thing is
Yeah, it's not liking that. We're still dealing with technical difficulties. Video about.
You go to the video plugin settings on the top. There, change full screen to not 320 by 200. Just make it.
This is 1024 by
Yeah, that should
768.
be fun.
Sure. Apply.
There we go.
we go.
Yay!
Two certain if the controllers are not working.
Probably need to do controls too.
Yeah.
Oh.
You want X input on controller 1.
Hmm?
Yeah, you want controller 1 and you want X input there. See the second checkbox?
This?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Well, you have to set the controls to N64 controls. Yeah, see how it says none right there?
Where?
Straight down. You see how it's A, B, X, Y? Set those to what you want them to be.
No, that's what I want Y to be. Start. What does SB stand for? Shoulder?
Yeah. That's, you want to use LT or RT, not those ones. Left thumb, those two are left thumbstick button and right thumbstick button. Which I don't think you want. And you probably want those to be left. L. Unless you're doing something funky. Taro is customizing his controls right now.
Yeah. Not doing.
You want to make the left thumbstick be stick probably.
Oh, we could just make the C buttons too. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh wow, the graphics are not doing great.
And if you've ever made a game, it's actually really interesting how people handle demos. Like
Right.
back in the day, I don't know if they still do it, but consoles used to have this big long certification process, and one of the, you had to meet this big long checklist of things your game always has to have. one of the things it has to have is if nobody puts player input in for a while, it goes to a demo screen. You're just basically just, the game plays itself for a while. Which is really interesting because it's hard to make that from like a technology perspective. If you make a video that just plays, and you actually make just the game engine that you've already got, just have some pre-recorded input that it plays back every time the same order. Is your game engine deterministic? Is that going to work properly? Because if you've got weird physics engine problems, then putting the same input in every time doesn't list enough.
Though that would be entertaining, Banjo the sense of running into a wall for, 30 seconds while you wait for it to go back to the...
And there are some very interesting tool-assisted speedrun demos where people do stuff like that in games. Like they corrupt the memory in a certain way to adjust the effect on the demo screens. So you'll see it doing things that's not actually.
Can't control the game right now.
Oh man. You've got the Xbox menu.
This is frustrating, to say the least.
Controller settings.
Huh?
Go back into the controller settings. Did you save them?
I did. I clicked save.
Did you click this save button or this save button?
This save button.
You have to click this. Project 64, everybody. Oh, jeez. The last time I used the Nintendo 64 emulator was when I was like, before any HD remakes of anything, people used to make all of these high resolution texture packs for like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And this is obviously before the 3DS or anything. So like nobody had made any real HD versions of things. You didn't assign L or R to anything, I note. Just a comment.
X. There we go. Oh, don't have any save states.
You have to select the folder.
Oh. What folder?
Options, settings, directories. Change your native save directories to wherever you have your save files.
I don't know where I have my save files.
Good day, Aaron.
Oh, is someone logging off?
Yep, Aaron's
Oh.
flagging off.
Okay, where?
I think the two people on are you, me, and Chris now.
Hi, Chris.
Probably, yeah, there are like 3 people.
What is chocolatey?
It's a command line. I know that's not explaining anything. It's a command line interface that's kind of like Yum and apt-get for Windows.
I believe that would be called a repository. Yeah, parlance, my field.
It's not showing up here.
It's in
Interestingly.
program data, not program files.
See if that does any good. All right. Yeah, but if I bring up C, where's program data?
See users, whatever your username is.
Program data.
Oh, weird. Huh.
Yeah, exactly.
That should be fine. See if that works.
This is where the data directory goes, according
Alternatively, you can just copy the zip from that directory to the whatever Project 64 was using. What a fun adventure in...
Happy holidays, everyone. So, yeah, we just need to get like a legit capture card for the Nintendo 64 because we do have this game. Oh, nope, didn't quite work. Oh.
I wonder if it just doesn't like the file format there.
Yeah, it probably does not.
Can you open that folder in your computer?
That's what I'm trying to do. Bunch of stuff. API. Documentation.
Where's the actual ROM of it?
Oh, the ROM file you're looking for.
Is there a save nearby?
I don't see it.
Do they do a weird thing where they put it in the zip and there's some no? No. So where does Mupen put its?
Aha! We found it. With any luck.
Magic will just work here.
Yeah.
You probably should stop emulation before you do that. Also, you probably want to move the radio box there too.
What?
Static. You see how there's like a radio in the directory? You see how it's got like on the left side? Yeah, there you go. Try that.
This is compelling stuff, Ryan.
There's nothing more fun than video game configuration.
Yep.
My favorite part.
I mean,
of
and
it.
everyone's just seeing our title card too, so it makes it even more compelling.
Yeah, we should definitely show everyone how to we should just stream the
Yeah, that's like half the fun. There are people who stream like all sorts of stuff. Just because you're playing, part of video games is setting up video games. Just like parts of board games is getting video games.
setting up.
Oh, bummer.
Oh yeah, that didn't quite work. Alright, well, it looks like we're starting from scratch.
Oh boy, can I play this time?
Do you want to?
Yes. Or? Now we can see it on the stream, but I can't see it in real life. Very cool, Alt Enter. Perfect. Perfect.
Enjoy.
Oh man, I get to do all the tutorial parts. How lucky am I?
You can also just skip it.
I'm doing, in fact, as much of that as I possibly can. Aw, poor bottles.
So we're going to try to skip as many dialogues as we can.
That's half the fun of video games, is skipping every part you've already seen. The other fun thing about Banjo-Tooie is you start out with all your stuff from the first game.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
I know, but now we get to talk about it again. Because we get to start over. So we get to start over talking about the same thing.
So,
I don't even have to be in the room to know what we talked about.
Kongo is the bane of my nightmares.
He's the bane of your nightmares. Is he the blood of your sword? Do you know where Cheeto is? His name's Cheeto.
Oh yeah, Cheeto's up in the...
Oh god, the left and right swap is really getting to me. Because, like,
By Cheeto, we mean a spellbook that gives you cheats that you can use to be better. We're not talking about the orange puffy Cheeto.
which are now available in the TV Cog vending machine.
Should do video area, yes.
Cheeto,
Oh, it's super
the fresh maker. It's not their,
No.
Fantastic camera.
especially in the
And also now that Cheetos popcorn at Regal movie theaters.
What? Hey, look, Regal doesn't shit things.
So this guy was actually in the first game. If you found him in hidden places, he would give you a cheat that would do things like double the number of eggs you can carry, double the number of feathers you can carry, things like that. Well, Grunty figured out that he helped you in the first game and she ripped all of his pages out as a result. So,
It's really dark.
yeah, so now he has no pages. But if you go out into these worlds and you find his pages, he will give you more cheats in return. So now instead of finding him and getting one cheat per, find, it's now like for every 5 finds you get a cheat, but there's a whole lot more of them out there.
Trying to jump on that.
It looks like a spherical collider.
Probably is. That's how he would do it, yeah.
I also find it interesting that they have jam jars introduced into all these things. Before you even know who jam jars is.
Well, the first game kind of does that sometimes, people talking. This game is really missing the one of the best parts of the first game, which is Grunty talking at you throughout the whole world parts.
I
That-
never liked that.
That actually also really scared me as a kid. Because Grunty herself just really scared me as a kid, even when she was like had actual flesh and was not a skeleton. And so when she would yell out to you,
Right,
obviously that meant that she was within earshot. So I would go run to a different part of the lair so that she was no longer.
She's actually just got a really good PA system in here. Pretty sure that's
Yes,
it.
pop-in textures. That's totally in the Nintendo 64 version as well.
Actually, they're popping out. They're acting backwards while they're
I will say, like, we do have the Nintendo 64 version here, along with 200 other games.
Yeah, that pop-in textures thing is actually really kind of interesting. One of the people on it talked about it in one of the interviews that they did. Apparently, they had what they did in order to get more detail into their stuff. So yeah, here we actually get to see all these videos. But yeah, so with all that pop-in texture stuff, it allowed them to put a lot more detail in what was there. But with things popping in and out like that, it was causing a lot of memory fragmentation, which from my understanding of it was almost like you can have, if you have like Tetris blocks, and you have like an unfinished row of Tetris blocks, just means they have like 3 gaps. You can have like 3 long blocks trying to come down. But if your 3 units of gaps are like 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, it's not going to be able to fit in there. Even if technically your total blocks that you're trying to fit
You're failing this tutorial, Sam.
is the number of blocks you have. So what they did was they did something
I'm not getting
which
it.
basically reorganizes all the blocks so that they're now all next to each other and your gap is all together in the same spot over to the side, and then you can put your memory that you need down in there. And I think he was saying it had never been done for the Nintendo 64 before, which was pretty interesting. The other thing that they did, which I thought was an interesting art choice, was they purposefully made all of their characters very simple and very simply textured. If you look at them, you notice they all have just very sort of solid colors that take up much of their sort of character model.
Banjo has pants, which I think is the only part of him that's actually a texture. Maybe his eyes. Most of it's just flat coloring.
Yeah,
which is
so,
really easy to do in OpenGL.
So that also allowed them to dedicate a whole lot more space to the environments, because they've decided this is a game about exploring environments and seeing what's out there. We want to dedicate our processing to like really good environments and not necessarily do the same with characters.
You know, on the stream it looks like I just didn't know what I was doing.
Go to the silo.
It's okay. There was a time when Taro's controller disconnected, and he was walking in the circle for probably a full minute or two, trying to figure out how to get his controller to connect back to the game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was walking around in circles for a full minute or two before he realized his controller was connected.
No, he knew pretty quickly that his controller was connected. He just didn't know how to fix it. So, if you had logged onto the stream during that time, it would have been Banjo just walking around in a circle while Taro is talking technical stuff without trying to get his controller to reconnect to the.
Hold the A and B button at the same time to skip the dialogue.
Really? Is that a
Or the
serious
start button. Yeah.
That doesn't do anything different.
It makes it a lot faster.
I mean, usually I just mash the buttons, it does the same thing. Start doesn't seem to make any sense.
So then hold the A and B button.
Very much
Speaking of A and B button, is this something you learn, or is it like unlockable right from the beginning? You can now hold the A and B button at the same time to swim a lot faster.
They had that in the first game, but you had to like do a bunch of stuff to get it.
I thought that wasn't in the first game, but in the second game, if you went to Glitter Gulch Mine, got the drill, not drill pack.
Oh right, that's right. The
drill
goldfish teaches you that.
Yeah, you drill into the boulder that's in Spiral Mountain, and then you can save a goldfish by bringing him back into the water. Actually, I think you might need Banjo's pack carry thing. I don't think you actually learn until Pterodactyl.
I don't think you do, actually.
I thought you drilled the thing and then you carried him back to the water and then he taught you how to swim fast.
Because I recall just using the drill only and
Okay, maybe it is just the drill. But yeah, he teaches you
And then he got nuked.
Yeah, we were just discussing all the stuff that happens later.
Yeah, when you get Grunty is a skeleton now, Bottles dies, King Jingling dies, then in the intro...
It's okay, because we only just met him.
Like, they're only just mostly dead.
I don't really have much strong attachment to the dude I just met. It's not like you killing off the main, the main characters in the first 10 seconds.
Frederica and I were also talking about they get a little okay with it as well because they both get brought back to life.
Yeah, that's
Everything
how
is fine.
Yeah. That's how they do it with the kids stuff where they do stuff.
The Grey Jinjo family does not get brought back to life. So this is what happens if you go in. Since he's there, he will hurt you.
will hurt.
Quick on the planes. Sound. Oh, these are cruise 2 GBs. That's interesting.
You're not playing very efficiently. Play faster.
Oh gee, I didn't know we were speedrunning it.
You're leaving the audience impatient.
Well, I was going to see my zombie friend. Excuse me.
Let's see, we've got 5 people watching.
Hey, we're up.
We're doing this for extra life. No, we're not, but still.
If you'd like
If you
to
want
donate
to,
to
yeah.
Extra Life, go to extralife.org/participants/Samson. And just like throw money at them.
Oh, no. We're talking about the game space. You can do it on our team page.
You can't donate to Team
Yeah,
Page.
technically you can't donate to the team page. You
We
can only
determined
donate
this.
to
I
the
was very frustrated with that.
Go
That's why I
left.
made it pretty.
We could have skipped this cutscene.
Oh no. But I know Mrs. Bowles needs to know that.
She doesn't need to know anything. Just listen to what Banjo has to say.
It's linked down in the
So I take it we've got
file box.
Frederica on her computer,
I
and we've got me
don't
on
think
my
it's there anymore. But I just posted in the chat.
Oh man, look at that great poster. Where can I get that game? It looks pretty cool.
Hey, that almost looks like Donkey Kong. Another rare game.
That's just like a very good use of limited memories. A giant poster of Jet Force Gemini. Jet Force Gemini, which is not Jet Set Radio, which is also very good, but not made by her. Jet Set Radio Future never came out on PC as far as I understand it. They did a remaster of Jet Set Radio, but not Future. I never played this.
I'm not sure I'm the kind of person who can get into Jet Set Radio.
It's so fun. It's a great game. Highly recommended. Maybe it'll be a game.
I do not recommend it. Do not play it on the iPad.
Oh jeez. Well, I mean, I think that's nobody's fault.
Nice.
Oh man, look at this great poster. Gee, I wonder where I can get that game. Okay. That kid has like a kind of a creepy poster for like a little kid to be hanging in room, honestly.
But his dad is the best.
His dad is the best. He's kind of dead though, so.
You just had to rub it in.
I mean, look, you know, sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade.
I saw something on Twitter the other night. Someone was.
Can we go to like the stop and stop thing over here?
Someone was having trouble getting their kid to fall asleep, and the kid really liked Batman. So when it said, "Do you think Batman needs his parents to go to sleep?" And then. And then immediately it was like, "Oh no!"
It doesn't go any faster holding down B and A.
I'm pretty sure it's well established that Batman doesn't sleep much. Depending on the continuity. That's fantastic.
Good job, camera. You sure cooperated with us.
What up, Jiggy Wiggy? And some text you can't fast forward it. You know, in the first game, the puzzles were actually secret. You know, you had to go look at the fireplace in Banjo's house. I think, and you got more at certain points in the game, which I don't remember. But they were like timed. It was annoying. But it was the same engine, basically. It was the same idea. They're really annoying.
Oh wow. Sorry, folks.
This
Oh,
game
no.
did more annoying.
It did it again?
You think?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Oh gosh.
How many times do we have to restart Banjo-Kazooie to play?
Well, I'm wondering, it is also 9:40. I'm wondering if this is also, if maybe we should take this as a sign.
Yeah.
Time for bed.
9:40. We usually go until 11.
Oh, we usually go until 11. I didn't know that.
Did you
I thought we went until
Did
9.
you exit it? Please tell me you didn't exit it.
I did exit it.
Oh, I was gonna say make a save state and then reload it.
Transmissions, yeah.
Sometimes that
usually
fixes
go to
it.
11. We used to go later. That was us going, we might want to sleep.
Sleeping is for losers.
I'll
Wow.
be a loser for sleep.
How do we save state this? F5. Alright.
So, are we starting over again at the beginning?
I have absolutely no idea what we're doing. I thought Tara was gonna do something magic.
Yeah.
Actually, that's interesting. I didn't realize this was how much more viewport we get for less pixels per. We just adjust the field of view. What? Oh, Taro, plug in another controller. Let's play some.
No, I want to save my. I want to save my batteries. Batteries.
Okay, so we got a million batteries. He's just scared of losing at the Banjo-Kazooie's multiplayer, which is like really not all that great. I like how in this game you start with all the powers from the last one. Also, it's kind of sad that they kill Bottles. Bottles is my homeboy.
Bless you.
We need to get better capture cards.
Now I know how Bill Murray feels.
This is all the experience that Majora's Mask affords you.
Without any of the training. I think there's a faster way to move than walking as Kazooie. I don't remember
They're sneakers.
well, no, I mean like when you're speedrunning this, there's like a way to move that is faster than this.
I've seen a lot of people that almost like, they'll do the somersault and jump and somersault and jump. It's like the somersault is the fastest thing and the jump cancels it or something, so allows you to then somersault again quicker, I think, or something like that.
It's like in the Source Engine where walking backwards is actually the fastest way to go because
Oh, really?
backwards speed is unbound.
Oh gosh! That's amazing.
Nice.
It's blue. Okay, yeah, so now we've got multiples.
I didn't realize that it could be a different one each. I know that.
Yeah.
That, but I didn't know
There's 3 options, and you'll always get one and then a second one and then the other one, so you'll see all 3 in the 3 times that you fight him. But I think it gets randomized when you leave the file or something.
this is way harder. I gotta actually pay attention to what I'm doing. The other one I could just roll into. camera, of course. That works so much.
I think the face will flicker every once in a while, if I remember correctly. So I think that's the cat walk out. Also, I think he's the last one to move out.
I have absolutely no idea how I'll ever tell anything. I think that one's the original.
Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah, 2 hits.
What, I need one more?
Yeah.
Got hit.
Who decided that 3 is like the magic number of times you can do anything in video games? So it's fairly common.
Nintendo.
Three's just generally number united or something.
Like there's always like 3 stages to the boss fights. There's always like 3 parts. There's like the final boss always has 3 versions.
Or even like knocking on a door, it's. 3, yeah.
We will remember this happened.
Clungo will remember.
The last times we did
Hey, I would play a Banjo. I would play a Banjo-Tooie game made by Telltale. Just saying. If they're making a Borderlands, if they made Borderlands.
It'll happen 20 years after this. After
I'm gonna go make a change.org petition for Telltale to make the next.
Game of Gods will make a comment about how he doesn't want to be
I'll tell
involved.
us like not the wrong stuff.
Gee,
Or God of Games, excuse me. God of Games.
Yeah.
they've been doing the same thing for like over 10 years. They got pretty good at it, but it's still the same thing. They got tons of licenses now. It's crazy. It's like, you know, the first Telltale game I played was the Sam and Max one. Those were okay, but you know.
Chris posted the TV tropes, the TV tropes page for Roll of 3.
So there you go.
Yes.
There's some TV tropes for everything.
Oh yeah.
Including Pooh's Home Run Derby.
Oh, yep.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think holding A does the same. Like, there's no speed difference between A and B and just A.
I think so. That makes sense to me.
So this is just A.
Yeah, it looks about the same.
This is A and B. It's kind of annoying that you can skip some cutscenes, but you can't skip everything.
It probably has to do with timing.
Ah, that's me, Jiggy from soon-to-be zombified King.
Yeah, for the 3rd time, he's just not having a good day today.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps...
Yeah, see, that's why it keeps crashing, is when Clungo says, we'll forget that this ever happened. It's truly, he goes back to his lab and he makes the universe crash so that nobody in that universe remembers that he got beat again, so that he can have another shot.
It's very meta.
Yeah, it's a real Undertale, Doki Doki type
I played
of
one shot.
one shot.
It's on Steam. I've heard it's good.
I've not played this.
Is it supposed to be pronounced one shot or one shot?
Meta puzzle adventure game.
I called it one shot because I don't ever hear people say anything, so I just make up ways to pronounce things.
It's a top-down puzzle adventure game with unique gameplay capabilities. You're to guide a child through a mysterious world on a mission to restore its long-dead son. The world knows you exist.
You should get goggles.
What?
Oh yeah, so you go into the room to the left there. They talk to him, he will give you the reticle goggles. Interesting. Okay, so it's a game that knows you exist and not just your main character. It's a game where you are a character and the character you control is a character, and the game knows that these are 2 separate characters.
That doesn't sound like the game is all that special, in my personal opinion.
Wow. Hashtag wrecked.
Now here we go. Here's a longer description. A surreal puzzle adventure game with unique mechanics and capabilities. You're to guide a child through a mysterious world on a mission to restore its long-dead son. Of course, things are never that simple. The world knows you exist.
Man, take a game recommendation and just play it.
The consequences are real. Saving the world may be impossible. You only have one shot.
Let's go.
Oh, here we go. Gameplay mechanics that go beyond the game window. A haunting original soundtrack and artwork designed to match. A unique relationship between a game and its player. A lingering feeling that you're not getting the full story unless you know where to look. That's one of the features that it lists, is a lingering feeling that you're not getting the full story.
Hey, did you see that To the Moon sequel came out?
Yes, I saw that. That was really neat.
It actually finally came out.
Yeah.
I still have to beat the first one.
Alright,
Save it now so that we don't lose.
we gotta solve this puzzle. It is the solvable puzzle as we last discovered.
Oh gosh, the hardest puzzle. If it crashes again, then I guess it is the hardest puzzle. Alright, this time we got it.
I think if it crashes again, maybe we should just give up. Sorry.
Play something else for the last hour.
Yeah, we can. We do have a capture card, so we can grab the Switch and play ukulele.
Yeah.
Oh, it worked!
The game heard you threatening. It was like, ukulele.
Also, the graphics are looking kind of terrifying right now.
What is that?
Are you not seeing the seams?
Yeah, every jigsaw piece doesn't have a, whatchamacallit.
Oh, yeah, and that whole left column is messed up. Or the right column.
So this is now a critique on the rendering engine and how it does not match the Nintendo 64 in the slightest.
Oh, I see. Those circles are...
Yeah.
It's hard to solve puzzles when you don't even know what's a piece and what's part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
It's actually just hard mode.
Yeah, that's you know, by the time you get to the last puzzle, like the whole thing
I'm
is
sure
just
they're
going to
using
be
some
like
really obscure like rendering mode for the graphics card, like to do that thing with the transposable puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
I'm sure John is going to have a fantastic time exporting these set of videos on YouTube.
Hi YouTube. For the one person who watches this video in 5 years.
Oh no!
Actually, there are 2 people watching on YouTube right now.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like when somebody goes to our channel because they're trying to figure out what we're all about, and somebody like watches this video.
Watch some of the lesson nights.
I don't think anyone will really be able to find out what we're all about by just watching this video on YouTube. It would be very confusing, I think.
No, this is like the quintessential Tech Valley transmissions.
Oh no! I know what happened.
What happened?
what?
If you get close to a signpost, Jam Jar starts screaming at you, "It's a signpost!" But the problem is, Jiggy Wiggy is still talking. So you're stuck just staring at the signpost. Now, it's just the way the game's programmed. It makes sense why they made that decision, but I'm not a fan. You're gonna try this game. Can you skip this? No special eggs yet.
There's one right to the right of the Ginger Village. There's one in Spiral Mountain.
There's 2 in the Spiral Mountain, actually.
There's the one behind the waterfall. I don't remember what the other one was.
One behind the waterfall, and then I'm trying to remember. There's one more that's behind a caged location.
I think that's behind the waterfall.
Is it? Then maybe. Oh yeah, maybe you're right.
I think one of the eggs in Spiral Mountain behind the waterfall. One of them is sort of off to the right in Jinjo Village, and then there's the. Well, you haven't even gotten there yet, so I don't know if you want me to avoid spoilers or anything. Actually, that's true. All these times I've been giving us spoilers because we're not going to get there yet. I don't know, Taro, if you're going to keep playing, you want me to avoid. Okay, so the last one is the ice key, which I don't fully remember where you even get it.
It's in the fire lava world.
Well, you put it into the chest that's in the fire lava world.
No, but you
That
get it in
gets
the
you
ice
mega.
world.
We put it in
When
the.
you swap it between the fire and then it opens the door.
Okay,
You
maybe.
gotta get the jiggies.
What? This isn't a game about getting jiggies. This is a game about Banjo and Tooie.
Yeah, then you
That's the level designer saying, "Ha! We knew you were gonna do that. We thought up of everything."
What? Look how it's not as badly as the first game.
Oh, okay.
Bye, Blue.
Blue da boo dee da boo da.
I like that the one color of Jinjo's house just exploded. The gray Jinjos are basically just...
Oh, fantastic view.
Honestly, the Jinjos are kind of like just a little bit inbred. If they're all only the same color. I don't know. Kind of concerning. Yeah.
Jinjos are probably the collectible that makes the least amount of sense to me. Like, the only thing that they're special about is they tell you, "Get help me," but then, like, they're not in a cage or anything, so why?
It started out as an idea for a collectible that would be a little more difficult. They were supposed to actually like run away from you and other things like that. But they eventually decided against that and decided for them just shouting out to you. But yeah, that's why in Ukulele, all the ghostwriters have weird requirements for you to actually collect them, because that is actually how they originally envisioned Jinjos working in Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Tooie really like got easier with the notes.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, we have to have notes in this, but then they're like, oh, we'll make you get them in giant increments and we'll hide them.
Also, when you get a note, it's now yours forever. Like, we're not going to, you know, take away all your notes when you die or leave the world or like that.
Yeah, there you go. Give me something, buddy.
Can you skip this?
You can mostly skip it.
Good job, now you can aim.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I was having a real hard time before I played. Now I can.
Look at that sun sparkle.
Man, somebody call up J.J. Abrams because we've got A+ lens. J.J. Abrams makes Star Wars, right?
You say Star Ocean?
Star Ocean would be a fun one to do on like Games Club. It's like only 60 hours.
Right, I'm sure we'll get to that.
I like Star Ocean. It's really good. I haven't played anything other than Star Ocean on the Super Nintendo, so I tried to play the PS1 one and it was interesting, but I couldn't like. That was the last time I was playing PS1 games.
I remember you need to buy some ledge grabbing with your musical notes. You know where to get ledge grabbing, right?
No, I wanna do the poopy thing.
Down, see.
Down. I don't know which one's the C-pad right now.
It's the right stick.
Is it? Sure.
That's
so the Game Grumps had the person who does the music for both of these games, Grant Kirkhope, on as a guest at one
Grant
time.
Kirkhope is the best.
Yeah, he is.
And
Speaking of Cheeto, there's one of his things. Pages.
Go on.
But when he was on there, he was talking while they were in a not Mungo's Mansion, Mad Monster Mansion, and
That's
they
the
were
best stage.
doing that one where you have to put the eggs into the pots and they grow flowers. They're like, thank you. Well, apparently he was saying that because he did all the sound effects too, a lot of it with his voice. So he was saying that he had to do something ridiculous, like 8 takes of that thank you, because every time he sent it to Nintendo for approval, they apparently thought that he was saying F you rather than thank you for some reason. He's like, what sort of context would that make sense? They just helped you. What do you think you're going to be saying? Thank you or the other one? Like, I probably meant them to be saying thank you. Like, so he's like, I don't know why they thought so deep, like, to their core that I was saying F you in every single one of those takes. But they made me redo it many, many times. So later he goes on, and I'll let you watch the screen if you want to. But he basically goes on to talk about one of the sound effects that, in reality, is a character saying something that is actually not very child appropriate, but saying it like really fast and kind of mixed up. And they all laugh about it. And Aaron's like, wait. Thank you did not make it past the content filter because they thought it sounded too close to F you. But that made it through okay. That nobody had any problem with it.
There's like a flight path.
There, if you drill Peck or whatever it was on the boulder near the start of the world, that reveals a flight path.
Maybe it's just muscle memory from playing this.
Why is Jamtars always looking downwards?
He's very sad because his brother died.
No, that makes sense. See, we didn't get as lucky this time. We didn't find the weight Jim, so now we don't get a Jim.
It's okay, there's plenty of dudes to go around. Not gonna find things. Oh, why are you sad?
Press start. I was able to skip on this just fine. Just staying careful.
They should have some.
You can push right and left on the right stick to also zoom in and out.
I can do this. I can control her very good. I know all about controlling. There is hello, friend. Amazing. Do you get it? Because it's like cornfields.
Yeah.
Hey, puns.
Go learn ledge crafting now. You're going to make up for that pun by learning ledge grabbing.
I think she said the pun, didn't she?
Yeah.
Wasn't it A dash and then M-A? Oh, I thought you were getting after Sam for making the pun. I was like,
Where is he? He's down here.
Jam jars.
Right here.
I think he's actually up there close.
No, I got that one.
You gotta go to Mumbo Jumbo first.
Why am I gonna go Lower Jumbo first?
So there you go.
Yeah, Taro's right, yeah. Yeah, you need to open up that place where you open up the door. I know that was very descriptive.
It's good after it loads, not before it loads. Like now is Otherwise, it's safe for if you save it, it's frozen. Stuck. Hey, Mumbos, wake up. Yeah, you can't skip. I always want your help, Mumbie. Mumbie jumping. Mumbo walks faster than Banjo-Tooie for the record. This is some cameras.
Yeah.
Look, it was hard, okay? You know, nobody had figured out what a 3D camera is supposed to look like. And also, you only had one analog stick, so how are you supposed to do it?
Yeah.
Nobody can follow. Still becoming giant, is that what I'm doing?
You can also go all the way to the top of the tower. Oh wait, but you can't climb it. Never mind, it's not worth it.
What's up here?
Watching Mumbo have like the climbing ability of Kazooie, we're all just gonna.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting image.
Wow, the space just flat out disappears off of the emulator. Just does not like Mumbo Jumbo.
Oh, there it is.
It was having some problems with the textures. Because I think it's getting, you have to remember, the Nintendo 64 didn't have floating point math. So I think it's just getting confused about where things in Z level is. So they're like sometimes ending up under the floor. Oh, buddy.
Kick that door.
It sounds like a WarioWare minigame. Kick that door.
It's too bad nobody made a WarioWare game for the Switch yet.
You know they're making it.
Of course, can't wait. I miss my Wario platformers.
Oh, we have one for Wii. We should play that for the next game club.
I just had a whole list of games for Game Club games and didn't like any of them. But Wario on the Wii is on their list. I see how it
Yeah, because you didn't suggest that game. Taro came up with it all on his own.
Did I accept it? Because he didn't accept it. Is there another thing I have to do over here?
No, I'm afraid not.
So a piece of string walks into a bar.
You can just tap B.
I could. Walk around.
Oh yeah, wait, you can kick that door.
In Cameo, you fight trolls, and there's a court jester in the.
Is there anything else I need to do with this guy?
No.
There's you play as a fairy in Cameo. You fight trolls.
Yeah.
Like the fairy kingdom. If you go to like the throne room, hanging out in there is a court jester. He doesn't really do anything. He just has a whole bunch of jokes if you talk to him. And one of them was 3 trolls walking to an iron bar. that was it. He just waits for like the joke to settle in, because you think it's like a drinking bar, and then you're like, oh no wait, he said iron in front of it. This is literally just 3 trolls walking to a bar, and they think it's funny because the trolls are like their band.
Troll sounds so disappointed when he has to go back to not being the hero.
I think
kinda
he's just
sits in
tired.
that chair
He's just like
all
"Aw."
day.
He's like, oh.
He sits in that chair and like teleports around the world. And he knows like all the places. So it's like, you know, if you really want
Let's
to
teleport there now.
Let's go do the FPS part.
You gotta learn how to FPS first. You didn't learn how to FPS yet.
I didn't. How do I FPS? bit of a bozo.
Kazooie, how we love thee. Wasn't there an interesting story about how Nintendo liked Banjo but they didn't like Kazooie?
Yeah, that's what I had read in an interview too, was they liked Banjo's politeness and didn't really like Kazooie's sharp sarcasm. They also, I guess one of the biggest ones was self-deprecating humor, where they would like make fun of the game. It's like, but if you don't like it, then why? Yeah.
Oh no, it's a.
There's a creature down there.
So this game also introduces evil Jinjos.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
They're not called evil Jinjos, they're actually
they're called Banjos.
Yep.
And they were like,
the Minjos have a. They say hello slightly differently. They have different color eyes or something. I don't remember.
also those oftentimes
left.
they'll be in much more obvious places as well a lot of times. So
Yeah, they'll be at a place where you can like literally walk at, and it's like,
yeah. So
why did they think it was a good idea to put a Jinjo here? And then you realize, oh, it has to be a Minjo. It's the only explanation.
Maybe he's bored with it. Maybe it's
Are you just not going to learn ledge grabbing?
just because you keep talking about it.
I see.
there's I think it's in there that is complex. There's a rat that is trapped, and if you I forget what the code is, if you somehow get the code and you enter it in, he'll tell you that he burrowed into a hole in the wall. She, I guess, she burrowed into a hole in the wall, and she's trying to get back to where she came from, but that's blocked by a giant boulder. So you need the drill thing that we learn in the next world. So you can't actually get that kitty yet. What happens is you get that drill thing in the next world. You come back and drill the boulder. She runs through the hole and she just kind of disappears. What happens is if you've already done that, there's someone in the second world who says, my friend disappeared and I can't find her. She's a rat, and she went off to this place, and I can't find her. So very obviously talking about the rat being freed. But there's two different conversations. If you've seen her before, I don't know if there's something for if you've seen her but haven't freed her. But I know there's a different one for if you've already done the boulder. But basically he says, he asks if you've seen her, and Kazooie's response is, oh yeah, one quick call to the exterminator took care of that, or something like that.
Oh gosh.
And he's like, no, you didn't. And then she comes running in, and he's like, oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, Jam Jar, how dare you?
Missed it. Like that much. Alright, now I know the thingy, right?
Yes,
Go break
you can
that rock.
FPS.
Oh, is that the goal?
That's the FPS.
Thank goodness. I definitely needed to know how to do that.
Come
I
on,
like how his
Sam.
instruction is like just basically, oh yeah, push these buttons. It's like, oh, why did you have to tell me that? Surely I could have done that before. This is
Yeah,
actually-
here it is. We got an FPS going.
Oh man, this is like Doom. Like this is before we figured out how FPSs work. Because left and right are like not their aim. Like so, it's like Doom. It's
Remember,
not
you
even
can
the
strafe.
side. How do I use strafe?
Right stick.
Yeah, because the controls are sort of sideways from what you'd think. Strafe is on the, in a modern FPS control scheme, strafing is all on one stick and aiming is on another. But on this game, jeez, yeah, it's like really Wolfenstein used to do that. At least everything's on one plane.
This first level is not too bad.
Tell me things.
actually good to know.
Thanks for that, buddy.
Collect it.
But it looks like I want to shoot it. I'm supposed to shoot everything. This is an FPS. You shoot things.
There's a door.
How many of these things are there?
There are 20. You only need to collect 10 to get one Jiggy.
How did I get the third one? Somebody was playing too much Quake. That's my take on this stage. These stages. Make it kind of like, hey, you know, it would be great if we also had FPS in this.
Yeah, this is not my favorite feature in this game.
Most of the features in this game are interesting. You know, the best is not interesting. Definitely interesting.
Like, I actually like a lot of the mini games in this game, but I do not like this.
It's pretty good, all things considered. I like how being how many of these do I need?
We only, 10 to get a Jiggy, 20 to get a boss fight.
Is the boss fight also good?
No, it just gives you another Jiggy.
That's what I It's annoying that the enemies regenerate. But they do have a great regeneration noise. So, you know, take the good with the bad. I think that noise is also in the first game. The bane of a platforming game where you can't jump. Very slightly raised walls. No, there wasn't one behind me. That noise is such a good noise. If you don't agree, then you can fight me for it. Oh boy, is that a Jinjo?
I don't know.
It must be, because it just shouted Jinjo.
But don't you know? Even in the Pokemon universe, some Pokemons do not actually repeat their names.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pikachu. Pikachu every once in a while speaks perfect English.
And sounds exactly like Ryan Reynolds. Hit him with the old 1-2 punch. Hey. Are there precise?
I did watch the intro sequence to the Japanese version of the Detective Pikachu game, and it is so weird because it's revealed that Pikachu actually does not talk in that game. It just happens to be that the kid happens to know Pikachu language. So there's a part where Pikachu's just walking around and he's really angry. But you know, it's such a deep-voiced voice actor. So when he says Pika, he's just screaming at people saying like Pika Pika. It sounds like, oh, you're making me angry. Pika Pika. It's like, oh my god, what has happened?
What have I done with my eyes?
I
This is the worst part of these levels. It's like when you've got like...
Yeah, you will have to watch the Japanese sequence and just listen to him say Pika Pika.
There's like 3 of these things left.
Pika Pika Pika!
Oh, okay, I still got the stream open, okay. So, here you go. Oh, wait, this is in English, okay, I don't know that's English.
Come on, there's gotta be like a few more of these things somewhere. There's one. Okay, 2 more.
Opening cutscene. Was it the intro and opening cutscene, or was it the trailer?
I think it's intro.
Oh, there's one more. Come on, there's gotta be one more somewhere. Oh, I got him.
Make sure to go to the slightly less sacred one first.
Is that this one?
No.
really see?
Right the way you're looking. No, don't go that way.
You sure?
Go this way first. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What's in this door?
Jinjo.
I got it.
It's just a shortcut.
Same Jinjo.
Rapid fire eggs.
That's the thing from Rescue Patrick Bay in the first game.
There's a rapid fire egg, so if you hold down the fire button, it doesn't take away any of it.
Yeah, but it's got time out. Now can I go to the boss fight?
Don't you want a Jiggy?
Can I get the Jiggy after the boss fight?
No.
So this is the one where I gotta get it first. Oh, I see, this is a slightly sacred chamber. Now I wanna go to the very sacred chamber. Wow. That is an angry Pikachu. I think I got my throat lodged in it or something.
Ah, the light burns.
Come here, forever! Ah!
Nice.
Look, Banjo, there's another Jiggy. This is just too easy. Yep, we'll have the game finished in no time.
Actually, I think it's more like whoop 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 whoop.
Very funny. Halt, mortal! Thought you'd get another Jiggy that easily?
Despotic dizzy totem god.
I am Trigatazon, target shooting.
Oh yeah, the rapid fire eggs are really good for this. All the 13 seconds of it left.
The green ones? Those are just regular eggs.
Yeah, this game actually has pretty nice lighting. Use your right stick to strafe.
I am strafing. I'm not getting hit by all of this. You just got messed with it. So I'm trying to aim at the. He's got 3? Oh, damn. Look, it's muscle memory now. You can play enough FPS.
Oh, it says 2. 1.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a timer. There's a that's how many things I got hit?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Have to do the whole thing over again?
Yes.
I gotta get all the things again too?
No, I think you guys have to go back into the thing.
Can I just go to the boss?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's that, annoying muscle memory thing where you're like left.
Oh wait, yeah, go left.
What?
Right next to the sign.
Oh, that's the shortcut?
I don't know.
This just reminds me, all these games remind me of the Windows 95 screensaver.
I missed that screensaver. Life is worse without it.
I mean, it's a pretty strong statement. I don't know if I'd say life is worse without it. Somebody made a game recently, an indie game, that was basically based on the Windows 95 screensaver. Like you're a hacker or something, hacking other people's computers, it's like the story. If you push A twice on those things, they close on you. That is really annoying.
Yeah, Yeah, but the FPS controls had a lot of things that needed to work out.
Honestly,
I'm still Tarzan.
You haven't forgotten. Good. Then prepare to mine.
I think we're on the first turn.
Those boogles are. They're called boogles. Start collecting those honeycombs. Every enemy drops one.
It's so hard to wrap your mind around the stupid old. It's not stupid, but it's just hard to get so used to it. Like, you know how FPS is spend your life playing. Like, I used to play games that had this style control just fine. Clearly, I've played. Jeez, come on. Go. Jeez. It's not even that this is like really a hard challenge, it's just the controls. Oh god, I feel like
There's honeycombs all over the place. Just go for it.
Nice done. Nice
to beat up. Just something to beat up. Got two. Come on, game.
That was
very close for embarrassingly bad at this.
You're supposed to go.
You know, the
What's
guy.
happening? Okay, there we go.
Secret self-destruct.
My secret
What am I
self-destruct.
supposed to do?
Hide behind one of those things.
Well, I did. Good thing there's lots of health. I guess I'm kind of used to Mario Odyssey now. I was like expecting Jiggy to give me full health. That's another thing. Banjo-Tooie has the thing where you know getting a Jiggy doesn't kick you out of the level, and Mario 64 always kicks you out of the level, and Mario Odyssey doesn't kick you out of the level. So
Banjo-Kazooie didn't kick you out of the level either.
no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of ways.
Yeah. I liked that. And well, I mean, it's kind of. I guess it's kind of 6 1/2 dozen the other. I mean, I think some of the Mario games, especially like Galaxy and like that, had some interesting stuff where the universe was like different depending on which mission you selected. So
Yeah,
it
the
was just
levels,
like
and that was the big thing about it.
yeah. So it was just like you were sort of selecting a mission, and the world was evolved around that mission. Whereas this was much more like open.
Yeah,
world,
and
I
in
guess you
a
could
lot of
say.
ways, Mario Odyssey is really just secretly a Banjo-Kazooie sequel.
It's a Banjo-Tooie sequel.
Because it's got a lot of open worlds, they're interconnected, there are different ways to go between them that aren't just the switching worlds part. You know, going to the overworld and coming back.
Let's go to the next level. Wait, we still haven't learned ledge grabbing.
Oh yeah.
I think we can skip that, you can beat the whole game.
No, you need to learn how to ledge grab. We figured that out pretty quickly.
Dead, boy.
You actually cannot get to the next world without ledge grabbing.
Without speed running tactics, that is. I don't know if you know speed running for this game.
No, not at all.
Well, then I guess we'll just be stuck in this one forever.
Then, yeah, let's learn ledge grabbing. Yes. So one thing that you might notice so far is that we haven't yet gone into the Banjo transforms into another animal point in the game, which we probably won't get to.
Yeah, It is around here if you wanted to do it for this world.
But I prefer not.
It's literally right there. You can see it through that doorway.
Talk to me.
This is actually very weird. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yay! Thank you, Jam Jams.
No, Jam Jams! According to speedrunning, that animation is a curse.
Yeah, I can bet. I bet. Are you coming down here specifically because Charlie said you wanted to?
I want to be the little statue guy. I like the little statue guy.
I have to get the globo that's nearby though first.
Oh, did I not get that? Who the heck is this lady?
This is the lady that mispronounces my sister's name. That is forever what I'll remember this character as every time my sister brings it up.
I'm confused.
Have we went outside? You know, outside is where it's at.
I've never been outside in my life. What is out?
You learned it here first, everyone.
I'm an indoor person. Look at that Globo. Hey, Globo. In the last game, of course, the currency was a little silver around those symbols. What? No, that wasn't good enough for you? I'll have to give you the thing? I like the one where you transform into like the little ice cream truck. Cargo truck, whatever.
Oh, at the fair level, yeah.
The security truck or whatever it is. Now we can go play soccer.
Yeah, but we can also figure out the code to free the rat.
I don't really care about the rat, I just want to play soccer.
We're gonna be sitting here all day long.
That's sort of what TVGS transmissions is.
Yeah.
We got the memo there.
Wait, you can teleport. Use a teleport pad.
Wow.
Don't worry, I believe in you, Sam. Keep doing what you're doing. It's beautiful. It's a work of art. So,
Yeah, I never liked this aspect of the game. The fact that you had to come here and enter in your cheats rather than just getting them when you got them.
I don't know any cheats.
I shall find the cheat.
No, I think you have to actually get them before you can enter them in. Which
Yeah.
is really weird because it has a thing for checking if you've gotten them. You guess it's like, okay, now
Can you
also
walk
go
out
to
the
this
door?
random thing. And yeah.
Apparently so. Just ends you up in a place where you can't do it even.
You can always kick that door with a gold statue if you want to.
Yeah, but I think it's funny that you can also just be this guy. There's nothing for me to do in here, right? Did I forget something?
There's plenty of things you can do, like getting hit.
Yes. What happens to Kazooie when Banjo is transformed? They never really explain that, do they?
No, they don't.
He's still got the backpack, but she never comes out. Is she just like a really tiny version of whatever he is at the time?
Kazooie does talk when you're in this state, though.
Banjo talks too. Talking is not necessarily an indication. What's this thing?
If only you'll let all the people who's watching the stream let you backstreet drive, Sam. This is a Twitch plays, don't you know?
Hey, if you want to, donation incentives, $10, and you too can tell me where to actually go, and I'll listen to you too.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to title this episode Carl and Sam's passive aggressive.
Oh, whoa! The skybox is
okay,
the skybox has suddenly started taking an effect.
Skybox is now the brown box.
Wall box.
It was really happy with how it did there. Just kind of wanted to show off what it had a little bit too much. Got overexcited for a second.
Yeah. Sam Tar's passive aggressive show. Good job.
Boy, is that a passive aggressive? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they speak gibberish to you unless you're a stone. In which case,
I'm Bajoo-Tooie. Can I come in? I don't know. That pack looks kind of familiar. Are you saying we're the Baron of Bird in an elaborate disguise trying to cheat our way in? Yep, it's pretty obvious. They're a bit short on players, so you might as well go in.
which is funny because we never even went and talked to him in this playthrough. So he just sort of psychically knows.
He's seen us wandering around a bunch.
Like if you go down that thing there to the left, there are coaches that will give you some advice.
I don't need coaching. I know how to play.
I'm sure you do.
It's funny because their advice is all just really bad, like, you know, the person with the most points wins the game, so you should get the most points.
Get ready for something completely different. By the way, in this game,
You
it was
mean I'm
supposed
gonna be
to be
really good all of a
Jinjo's.
sudden?
And what?
This is the same game that Jinjo's and the moles are supposed to fight against, if memory serves correct.
Yeah. That's why for some reason I thought that the rival was the Stonies and that they were supposed to be here, but they all got scared away. So you're supposed to put the yellow ones in your goal. Okay, so you just scored 2 points for red. You're supposed to put the red ones in the other goals.
I don't know how to play.
You can also kick it.
Yeah, I forget what the control is for that though.
Pretty darn sure it's B.
No, that's dash. That's what I'm thinking.
Is it C? Yellow and purple are really in red.
I don't think Tyrell mapped anything. to
Maybe.
C.
Yeah, it's the pressure buttons. You can try going to the training room and figure out what the controls are.
And it's not about knowing the controls in terms of what they are on the Nintendo 64 controller. It's about knowing if they are on the Xbox.
That's what I'm talking about. It gives you time.
Also, knowing that you're supposed to
I figured
put the
it out.
yellow in your goal will also put.
Maybe I just like the challenge.
Yeah, now you're doing well.
Jinjo!
That guy just gives up and is like, you know what? I'm just gonna pretend like the blue goal is mine. Yeah, look at all those balls in the blue goal.
Maybe he just is like trying to see how high of a score he can get.
I'm sure they went through this and they're like, ah, this backpack person is not doing a great job on the game. We can totally beat him. And then the second game.
Man, that guy just insulted my shorts.
I was really proud of that helmet.
He just scored for you.
They're friendly.
They really don't like yellow too, ironically.
Oh no! This is the interception.
No.
Yeah, shooting red. He's the only one with points right now.
Shut it towards red, is that good enough? Honestly, if you just bogart the yellow, then they can't score.
Yeah.
It's like, hey! Look at my dancing squad.
Nice.
That's something you probably want to remember doing for the next tournament. The man kickball.
Good.
Yeah, camera.
I hardly know him.
Get a good, nice, long shot at the face.
Be the best, only win. I am the best.
Oh dear.
Oh, jeez.
They're getting aggressive.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's almost like they touched a bomb.
Yeah. That's my block.
I declare you the new man kickball champion. I'm too choked up for words. Good job, Kazooie. We don't know where you went. Now anything is possible. Like going to Jiggy Wiggy.
Okay. Why? Why wouldn't that teleport? I'm trying so hard. Push all the buttons.
Maybe walk out and walk back in. Maybe it'll zoom you in. It just needs to load where you're teleporting to.
You become the giant statue.
No, you gotta go to Mongo. You gotta swap out with Mongo. I don't think you can do it with another phone.
Get those coded words translated.
Push this button, this button, this button.
Moon must appear before the stars. When the sun rises next, which comes two more stars. Can you remember that?
Moon, star, sun, star, star. Got it. What else got it? We've got the internet. Can you kick that giant rock? Did I forget to do that?
if at some point, because there's no sound effects when you're walking as this character, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, that wall has been having a problem for a while now.
That wall is just a window to another world. More specifically, the sky.
I believe I can sky.
All they do is they just shrink the model and then replace the other model, which then they grow.
Crack the code, friend.
And then they added in a bunch of particle effects to make it look more pretty.
Birdie.
Oh yeah. There's still like a jiggy.
Did you ever do the really convoluted and long list of things to get dragons to do?
No, I did not.
There's a very long convoluted list of things you need to do to get dragons to do.
That was the ice key that we were talking about. You used to
Bummer.
chest in Hellfire Peaks, and then you get a make logo.
I love how oh translates to oh.
This ledge is so very clearly telegraphed. It's a very obvious thing.
Yeah, I wonder why. Are you gonna provide us some important feedback as to why?
I was being sarcastic, but I was very hard to notice that. Wow, what a tip. Thanks, friendo.
Fortunately, we're not playing on a keyboard.
I'm looking for the, there's a rooms over here. I see it. Gee, Willikers, Mr. Chamber Jam.
So, people watching this are gonna be like, alright, so he has this move. Great. But, back in the day, this was the most amazing thing ever to happen. Being able to not just ledge grab, but more importantly, being able to ledge grab and move while you're doing so. Like, no other game did that.
You need to land on the little patch that isn't full of brambles right there. And you need to...
Oh, those are brambles? I thought those were,
I don't actually know what they are.
I thought they were dried leaves or something.
That would make more sense, but I don't actually know.
I'm going to tippity tip top toby top. It'll be really hard to do without Dems and
Remember to use the B button.
That is like the quintessential climbing across walls is just in this game is like inching forward using the kazooie peck, inching forward a little bit very conservatively using the kazooie peck.
getting tired of that and then running and being like, I can take it, and then
They also do come back after a while.
yeah, but they make that awesome noise.
So you're kind of like, did he come back while I was gone? Maybe I should just go across this entire area pecking just to be sure.
Cheeto's gonna be like, hey.
About 10 minutes left.
make it to World 2.
I'm sure we will. We already did. You're just too late, Sam. You're just not a speedrunner.
I'm so hungry, I could eat a whole Octorok.
We're gonna miss that wall. That was such a beautiful wall.
Goodbye, wall. Goodbye, Mumbo Jumbo platform that's got clipping issues. Actually, there's a thing up here, right?
No, it's Jam Jars telling you how to FPS.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize that was true. Alright. Oh, let me get the honeycomb. Oh, I can't. Don't I need the
Yeah, this does not make any sense to me. You can. It looks like you can clearly walk through that.
Yeah, right? It's kind of the sewers. You should save the game.
I love this mirroring effect because it's just flipping it's just re-rendering the same models over and over again. So what they're really doing is they just made a mirror image of the models.
This is about when I walked in.
I do genuinely highly recommend playing this game. Like, for all of its incredibly old game design, the FPS control being easily the most offensive of that, as well as any sort of aiming is terrible. Like, it is genuinely a revolutionary game. And, I mean, probably by today's standard, it's like, well, a lot of these you could do, why am I just learning it now, kind of thing. But, like, actually experiencing being able to do that move for the first time is, like, really something else. There's just a lot of things that this game introduces that outright become standard, which, to be fair, the same is probably more true, if not truer, for Super Mario 64, where that is the standard when it comes to 3D platforming. But Banjo-Kazooie Banjo-Tooie, as well as Banjo-Tooie to, in my opinion, lesser extent, really set the standard for a lot of things to come in the future. The aforementioned Mario Odyssey being the most obvious one, but I believe Breath of the Wild, honestly, Breath of the Wild feels more Banjo-Kazooie than Grand Theft Auto, like people talk about.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
I just like video games.
You're gonna attend our podcast on Thursday, right?
Around. Like the Christmas already. It's Christmas time.
Like the warp zone unlocking is fantastic, especially for a game like this.
Backtrack through the whole chasm.
Yeah, no.
All the time.
It's
not like you're doing it every once in a while. Like, you know, the entire game. Teach me something, senpai.
You hear that help?
No. What? Fire eggs. Cool beans.
Now we can get a preview of what the next world looks like.
My favorite,
I do love the overworld in this game a lot more than Banjo-Kazooie.
I like the
I do like that they streamlined where you can unlock the world to a single location. I did not like it that you had to find that.
Yeah. I
I
can see it.
liked just the way these worked better in the first game because you have to backtrack.
Yeah, but there's already silos all over the place, so backtracking is kept to a minimum. There is literally no reason not to trade.
Yeah, that's another thing that I actually find a little annoying. Is, I mean, one of the common themes that people see that I like is I like just sort of getting stuff once you've done the stuff to get them.
Yeah,
and this just sort of
you just got them and you got an upgrade. There's no person involved.
Yeah, here you have to actually be like.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you on that one. The honeycomb system is, I think, a step backwards.
4 minutes left.
I wonder what you're supposed to do there.
Oh no, could it possibly require some technology that I might not have yet?
Is it something that was not hinted in the commercials of this game?
You could split up and become one with your fellow man.
Actually, you're becoming two. You were one.
Glitter's Mine feels more like a rejected level from a Donkey Kong.
It's actually a rejected level from Banjo-Kazooie. Glitter Gulch Mine, Witchy World, and Hailfire Peaks were once Banjo-Kazooie World.
Witchy World, greatest of all time.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense when you
This
think
has that
about
annoying race that's a pain in the ass. I hate that.
Yeah. Well, we wait until the last world. The last world has the most annoying race.
Yeah, but this one's.
Yeah.
Because if you mess it up, then you gotta go.
Yeah, that is true.
I just like the noise for the speech.
Oh,
Banjo was so sad. He didn't even, because he's got to go back to walking.
alright, this. You know, I remember liking this level, and then I played it the second time, and I'm like, I don't really like this level as much as I used to as a kid.
But
Witchy World is fine. I love that world as it is. The introduction, the whatever Rocky plays works pretty darn well as an introduction level. And to me, that's like easy to swallow. But
Jolly Roger's the Moon Water.
this level, I'm just.
Of course, Jolly Roger is everyone's favorite character.
Yeah, but as I was saying before, it to me makes a whole lot more sense, because one of the things that I always kind of was confused about was Dorothy has a factory that just exists out here. She has a whole amusement park that just exists out here. It makes a whole lot more sense for those worlds to have been originally planned to be in her lair, because then it's like, oh, okay, you go into her lair and she has an amusement park themed around her in her lair. She has a factory that obviously has her name in there. So like, what else?
But it also makes sense that she's got stuff in other places. You know, don't have all your eggs in one basket.
I do appreciate that the plot is no longer you have to save her sister, and then you're like, but I can just do this forever. It's now. It's now
revenge
you're
story.
on a revenge for all these people, well, animals.
I mean, it's really your own fault. You know, you killed her.
Yeah, I do wish they had come up with something for Tootie to do, and not just like we'll pretend like she kind of never existed. Right?
To be fair, given how insignificant she is in the first game, I feel like that's kind of a self-referential thing that works.
She's not useless. She's super useful. She's
There-
a pretty bare for Grunty to become or something.
She's the entire MacGuffin now.
It
But
is now 11 o'clock.
Well, we're playing a video game here, so
but yeah, apparently there was also a additional mode that was originally planned where when you beat Grunty in the final battle, she unleashed one more spell as she was falling and turned you into a frog. And what you had to do is you had to go in and you had to play as Tootie to collect like enough Mumbo tokens in order to turn Banjo back into a bear. And then that was like the real ending. And when someone told me that, I thought they were making it up. I was like, yeah, right, sure. And then someone said that in an interview too, and I'm like, oh my god, that was actually a planned additional mode that got cut. And I thought that other person was making it up the whole time.
honestly, though, like New Game Plus is the best kind of thing. Banjo-Tooie could have done such a thing. Oh no, it's what it is.
That tells me there's another jam jar to talk to.
Jim Jam, Jimmy Jam.
I want this to become a thing where every time you approach him, you just have a new name that revolves around Jim, Jam, John, Joseph,
And balls.
Gingery. Things like that. This needs to become an ongoing game.
Oh no, it's toxic gas. What do I do? Gin Jams. Jam Jams. Joe Johnson.
Jimmy!
Joe Johnson.
Jimber!
Jimbo.
Jar Jar!
Definitely not Jar Jar. That one I can tell you.
Yeah. Jar Jar is a character I did a full 180 on.
180 in which direction?
For the worse. As you would expect.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way.
Bill Charles liked you.
I don't think I ever really liked it. He was just sort of there, but he was just sort of there for me in the first movie. He was like, oh, this is just some comic relief character they also have. And then he started like becoming a member of the Senate and like actually doing big things. Like,
Have you heard the theory about Jar Jar? He was supposed to be like a Sith or something. He was like manipulating everybody.
yeah.
I think that was very poorly done.
Yeah, but it was when he's like this comic relief character is now also like, you know, the head of the Senate. Is where I too became like, is this real? Is this actually happening?
Well, then again, look at their current president.
That is true. That is true.
So,
Anyways,
anyways.
George Lucas was right all along. I don't know if I can accept that.
So, anyways, we need to still come up with new names for our
Well, I
fellow.
haven't seen Jamie and Bob. Really?
Oh, so we're gonna call him Jammy Lammy? I'll be down for that.
Bob.
I don't see him. So.
Jimmers.
Lammy! No. Yeah, we're gonna be closing down soon.
Yeah.
What do you say, Sam? Do you think you can make it all the way there?
No.
Let's transform into a dynamite then. Oh wait, spoilers. Whoops.
I was gonna get all the yeah, spoilers. Who knew what Wumba would have done? Maybe it's random. Maybe every time it's different. You should think of that, but you didn't think of that, guys.
I think of everything.
He thinks of everything except nothing.
You're a meticulous person.
me.
Yeah. So this is the guy who is missing his rat friend. Gold Barville, Klondikeville, Brilliantville, thought so. So here, partner.
The Berto.
Looking for gold, but she's been gone far too long. Keep a lookout for her. Not so fast, Banjo. I'm sure it makes it worth her a while. Okay. See, oh, like, I wonder where she could be.
Who cares?
Oh no. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm sure I came in through a tunnel. Okay, so yeah. So, yeah. It's pretty much time. Oh, you can get there this way? Really?
I don't have the thing.
Oh, okay, you can't. You just, yeah, you can get behind the boulder to make even more sure that,
Don't I need like a new power or something to break?
Yeah, you gotta find Jargon.
You mean Carbon? Carbon San Diego. Where in the world could he possibly be?
He's in the molehill. Isn't there one place where they'll say like, oh, there's a mole that digged into our room and now it's super cheap?
In Jolly Roger's lagoon, they say the room's only 2 doubloons because it's infested with like rodents or something, and it's just him hanging out in there.
Also, that wreck goes forever.
Yeah, that's right. He permanently.
Train station.
So, the childhood me never figured out what the train station was. But yes, you can actually travel on a train in this game.
Yeah, you need to get Mumbo in here and do the Mumbo thing.
You need to do Mumble like 3 times.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of them, and he goes around a bunch of other stuff. I think you needed to get some jiggies or something. It's just noise. I keep pushing X instead of these. I keep pushing X instead of B on the Xbox. I think it might have been mapped differently on the Xbox because my brain is just like autopilot. Alright, let's
So yep, this is the stream. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yay!
wait, I want to save and quit.
Oh yeah, that pause screen is a little not working 100% right, but
Because it's annoying. Cause Alright, got it. I like how the game over screen is like, always the game over screen, even when it's like the I'm stopping playing. It's like, nope, your game is over. So
You have quit.
So our next stream, I believe, is going to be Lundari. I may be wrong on that. I guess we're gonna find out based on what John feels like after watching Star Wars.
what is our desktop background that we're looking at here?
This is Deadly Premonition.
Ah, I see.
he's just like investigating this fish, like, fascinating.
Doesn't this scene play after? Yeah, it plays almost immediately after he just sees a cold-blooded murder in front of his face, and then he realizes, the best way to get the clue on figuring out who killed this person right in front of our face is by going swimming.
Fishing.
Not fishing, excuse me, going fishing.
Yeah, that's a very strange way to swim there.
Yes. Anyways,
Fish.
we're tired. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night,
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Bye.